Hello and welcome to the Crusader Corner podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Connor O'Donnell, principal. And today I'm joined by Mrs. Tricia Hartwell, a Tyburn parent, who's going to share with us today some of her experiences as a parent and what it's like to send your kid to our school. So, Tricia, thank you for being here today.
Welcome.
So can you give us a little bit of your background? How did you learn about Tyburn and begin to be involved with our community?
Sure. So my husband and I, Chris, live here in Auburn, and our daughter Mary is in 10th grade here. We also have two other daughters that are older, significant age difference. And I am Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I wouldn't say I was like strongly practicing, but that's Catholic. And Chris is Protestant. He was raised Protestant, also not, majorly practicing.
Okay.
So we made the decision that Mary, would be raised Catholic. We wanted her to be raised Catholic. So, she had done, the sacraments up till then. And, but we had started in the Montessori system as toddler.
Oh, okay,
she was a
cool.
toddler at Montessori and pre-K, and did visit St. Joseph's School when we were deciding if she's going to stay at Montessori, are we going to go public in kindergarten, are we going to do Catholic school. And so we visited there, but I had gone to Herman Ave public school, so let's try that. So we did that, and it was fine. COVID hit in the middle of it as well. But along the way, our dentist, who is Dr. Tom Hogan, and also he's friends with my parents. And whenever we would go in for a visit, he would always, talk to us about Tyburn.
Oh, awesome.
As for high school,
and
the great graduation rate and everything like that. So I knew about Tyburn. But so we were at Herman Ave, and then did transfer to the junior high in Auburn, and ended up, it was really struggles with, for lack of a better word, chaos in the classroom, and really felt that our child was struggling with that. And middle of 7th grade, and I don't remember really what it was, how I knew about Tyburn. I think it was the open house, and I saw it on Facebook. And
I think, didn't Mr. Robson, didn't he talk at Sacred Heart Church?
He did.
And then he also got you guys there,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did. And so I honestly thought we needed a little more Jesus in our school.
Oh, awesome.
Life.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I think we're super lucky that Mary ended up transferring and enrolling. She's definitely a bright spot, in her grade, and I'd say in the entire school. So what were your first impressions when you visited the campus? What was the feel of the building when you guys came in?
I feel well when we showed up to meet you and tour the building. Definitely much different than the school buildings that we had been in before. Very welcoming, quiet, structured. Students seemed to be happy, well-mannered, and just a lot calmer environment for learning. Yeah,
I get that feedback a lot, where people walk into the office, like it might be the mailman, for who's new for that day, and I'll ask, like, is school happening? It's so quiet in here. I'm like, yeah, it's just you haven't heard the bells in the transition time yet, but they're in their classrooms learning. So nice.
We were also very impressed by when we went by the bulletin board of all the books that are being read, and that it really is classical education, which we felt was very important. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So I think other parents, they've expressed it as, oh, geez, they're reading the same books that I read when I was being educated. So, it's you remember those books when you were taught, they're valuable to you, right? So it's kind of sad that a lot of them have gone by the wayside. Even things like Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. I know one school district out in Syracuse dropped it from their curriculum in the middle of COVID. And it's sort of like an important part of our culture's fabric, especially at this time of year, and a bit of a shame. But we're keeping the heritage going here, right? It's part of the school's mission.
Yes.
So what part of the school community has been most meaningful to your family?
Gosh, I think so many things. It's just such a vast difference from our experience in the public school. It is definitely a community and a family. And if you become involved, we found that we are much more parents involved, whether it be on the PTO, the TPO that I'm on now, or volunteering concessions, just coming to the athletic games. I think that it all is very impactful for us as a family. In addition to the religious aspect of it, I feel like our faith as a family has grown. Again, my husband is Protestant, but it's really brought us together.
Okay,
much more
fantastic.
as a family.
So do you find that because of Tyburn being a small community where you have a lot of the parents involved, do you find that, or do you think that you're more involved in your daughter's life than you would be if she was at a larger school where that kind of community just isn't possible?
Definitely.
For them?
Definitely.
What changes have you noticed in your child since she enrolled here at the school? So she's been here coming up on a full 3-year cycle, right? Because she transferred
That's 7th grade.
Yeah. What are the biggest changes you've noticed since she started here?
I feel like she is calmer. She's very focused on her studies and is able to concentrate on them. I feel like her confidence level in herself, whether it be studies or with other things, has grown as a result of being in a smaller environment that's, I don't know, for lack of a better word, maybe more nurturing and more personal attention to her growth and development, that it's helped her to grow. And become more confident.
Awesome. So growth and confidence. Are there any particular teachers or staff members that you want to give a shout out to now who you think have really helped Mary along the way while she's been here?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I think Mr. Robson was a really great. She would talk about Mr. Robson all the time, and honestly, the open debates that they would have in class, which also is really for Mary something that I don't think she was doing before.
Okay, awesome.
So she really feels like she is in a safe environment. She can, she can speak, how she feels. Yeah. And she would enjoy that. They would debate various topics. I think early, that first year
was good because, it's great that the kids can feel safe enough to bring up, to talk about their own views, especially if it is in the context of a disagreement. That means the teacher's done a really great job setting the environment for that room. But also, just learning to articulate your thoughts is such an important life skill. And you do have to practice it, so I think that is, I'd say it's one of the how would I say, traits that Tyburn does aim to foster in the kids, that the teachers help them out with is, because we have students who aren't Catholic, right? And we do theology classes and philosophy classes, and we read a lot of Catholic philosophers or theologians across the curriculum. And it's not like trying to enforce intellectual compliance with it, right? But we do want the students, like if they do have a dissenting opinion, like debate it on the grounds of reason, like have an actual argument about what you want to say. No one's going to punish you for dissenting, but like explain to me why you're dissenting. I just think it's important for kids, teenagers to understand that they can do that, because there might be an assumption that adults expect them to conform with everything, and yeah, just at Tyburn, it's, we're gonna teach the truth. We're gonna tell you it's the truth, and hopefully we'll teach you it convincingly so that you understand its value. But if you disagree, that actually, like, as a philosophy major, which is involved a lot of like debate, and playing with ideas, I love when that happens in a classroom, because it's like, okay, we get to like delve into, if we have a disagreement, that means there's something that we haven't addressed yet that's like a deeper underlying issue, or we haven't gone to the topic deep enough for us to understand the same first principles at work. So
Yeah. And I wanted to mention also, so now that she's in 10th grade, she also has been very impacted, I feel like, from Mr. Fortino and Miss Riley, both, young professional teachers who are very strong in their faith. And I think being a young person and being strong in your faith, and also being an educator, and I just think that they've really challenged her in ways that I've seen very positive.
Awesome.
Growth.
Yeah, yeah. She's a pretty quiet kid, but whenever she talks, it always surprises me, in the sense of like, wow, that was really profound. Not that I'm surprised that she's saying profound things, but that like just a 10th grade girl, would have that kind of that insight. But that's usually how it goes with the quiet ones, right? They usually have a lot of depth going on. Are there any sports clubs, activities that Mary's involved with?
Yes. So another great thing coming to Tyburn, Mary, we aren't a sports family, sports family. We, we ski. I played tennis, but it wasn't lacrosse and this and that and everything.
Yeah.
And so Mary did start tennis when she was at the public school. And the first year she was here, I feel like in the fall of 8th grade, she still played for the Auburn tennis team. We were able to work that out, because she wasn't interested in playing a team sport for some reason. We had talked about it over the years, but no interest. But I think in 9th grade, she was intending to do the tennis again with Auburn, and we were working that out. But there was, a need for more soccer players.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Fayola, he called and said, if Mary wants to, play tennis, that's great. But I think she would be great on, the soccer team. And Mary decided that she wanted to be involved in the sports at Tyburn.
Nice.
To help grow her experience here. And after, she broke her foot playing soccer the first year, and then continued on to play basketball. And she'd never played soccer before, never played basketball before. And then volleyball, never played volleyball before.
Nice.
So she's all in on the sports. And I think it's just been great.
Yeah, it definitely develops a lot of good qualities. I think she also signed up to audition for the musical too.
She did also.
So
a new thing.
Yeah, yes. I think that is one of the best hidden aspects about Tyburn, is we're just being in any small community, is if the school's going to do a play or the school's going to have a sports team, you need everyone involved. But then it also forces everyone to step out of their comfort zone, and develop different skills, different talents that they may not have, discovered otherwise, if they could just, not been put in the situation where like the community needs you, right? Where you're getting asked by the athletic director to step up for the school to join the team, Before you guys enrolled Mary, were there any concerns you had, or that you were unsure about prior to, sending her to Tyburn?
Just the timing of it, mid-year. Also not knowing anyone.
Yeah.
Taking her out of what, as chaotic as it was, taking her out of that known environment where she had friends, and having her come here. So,
and did she survive and make friends?
She did.
Okay,
she did.
Right. So you can do a mid-year transition.
You can,
and it does. How long would you say it took for her to get comfortable?
I think that first, tail end of that year, and then coming into 8th grade, probably a part of that first, first part of fall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she came in February.
Mm-hmm.
Around May was getting a little more comfortable, and then first month of 8th grade about. So it's there's a transition phase, but it's paying its dividends afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What advice would you give to a parent who is considering Tyburn Academy?
Come and visit. Have your child shadow. It's really, talk to parents.
Mm-hmm.
It really has been a wonderful experience for our family. Looking back, wish we maybe would have done it sooner.
Yeah, nice. One sentence. You can only use one sentence. How would you describe the school?
It's a classical education with strong Catholic principles and a very nurturing family environment. That's really a great opportunity for the students' growth and development and the families.
And the whole families, yeah, which is an exciting part too. So, all right. Awesome. Thank you, Tricia, for coming on to the podcast. And, hopefully, some parents are going to watch this and get to learn about your experience and take your advice, set up a schedule, a shadow day or a visit, and come see what we're about. So thank you.
Thank you.